Marvel already had What If, but this finale for She-Hulk was what the? It was unique, I'll give them that. It was definitely different. And about the only characters you could attempt something like this with are She-Hulk and Deadpool. I'll let you know whether I thought they pulled it off later in this review. The 9th episode, the finale, was titled Whose Show Is This? And it was directed by Kat Coiro. G'day, welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel and my review of the final episode of She-Hulk. There are spoilers ahead, you have been warned. Okay, I agree with a lot of what Jen said to Kevin. Blonsky didn't have to be in there. Hulk didn't have to be in there. In fact, I actually wish Hulk didn't show up and introduce Scar at the end when he did. Todd turning into a budget Hulk was trash, so I get the point of the episode. I just didn't like it. Look, I get that they built the blood storyline up as a joke, but it wasn't funny. The episode said that Intelligentsia are the bad guys and Jen should take them out legally. Yes! Then why seed that blood plot? Why not introduce the Intelligentsia earlier? I know they seeded that blood plot to bait the audience, and it was terrible. This episode reminds us again that this was supposed to be a superhero legal drama. Yes! But in the end, I just don't think it was a very good one. Where were the cases about the ramifications of superheroes running around? This show as a whole was so frustrating, and so was this episode. Look, I get the points the episode was trying to make, and the episode was the ultimate fourth wall break. But I think that fourth wall break was too much. I mean, it broke the universe and any sense of continuity and verisimilitude with the characters. The universe was remade like she was packing the Infinity Gauntlet Plus. And yes, the episode was taking the piss out of people who take MCU movies and series too seriously. So me saying this probably puts me squarely in the crosshairs. But while I take my hat off to Kevin for being able to laugh at himself, in my opinion, the writers took a big old dump on his legacy. I mean, unless this series is in its own pocket universe, the continuity and verisimilitude that has been built up over a decade is just going to be hard to maintain going forward. Which is why I now wish that Hulk hadn't introduced his son in this episode. And while I absolutely loved Matt Murdock's episode last week, I wish Daredevil hadn't been a part of this. Because now the events of this show have happened. And they're part of the history of those characters and part of the MCU. And it just doesn't make any sense. This now makes me a little worried for Deadpool, which I think I'm still looking forward to. No, I'm very much looking forward to. Those writers have proven themselves. However, the Fox X-Men universe never had as firm a continuity as the MCU. And even then, it felt like Deadpool was off on his own. Fourth wall breaks are expected with both Deadpool and She-Hulk. But I like the humour of the fourth wall breaks in this show, except for the world-breaking one in the final episode. And while I doubt the Deadpool writers would repeat the same shtick, I hope they don't do anything nearly as world-breaking. Because bluntly, I don't think it worked. Matt at the Family Barbecue was wholesome. But if this is the same Matt as the Netflix series, then he kind of gets around. And how is She-Hulk going to take that? I mean, he's not the worst person that Jen slept with, even in this series. But I'd hate for her to Hulk out if he's with somebody else and Born Again. In the end, unfortunately, I didn't like this episode. And on the whole, I ended up not liking the series. It's a shame. And I felt like the series had potential. In last week's episode, I thought it was on its way to achieving that potential this week. But instead, it winds up being the second MCU series in a row that I just haven't liked. I'm still a long way from giving up on MCU streaming. I mean, Werewolf by Night was absolutely fantastic. And if it happens, I might even give a She-Hulk season 2 a go. I mean, the potential was there with the show. But unfortunately, with the exception of a handful of episodes, it just fell flat and it didn't work for me. But what do you think of the episode and of the She-Hulk series as a whole? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing off.